Welcome to the homestead. So this is our nearly finished, it's planted out, 4 by 12 foot garden beds. The first of 3 this size, and then we want to do one that's 16 foot long that's perpendicular to the other 3, to this one and the other 2. But after in my first video, I showed, on my last video I just made, I showed how I constructed this. But there's a problem I found with it, and this video I go through and show you what the problem is and how to fix it. I had an intro built into it that flowed smoother. It got lost, sorry about that. But this gets you right into, let me show you what the problem is and what I did to fix it. So we put the entire compost pile in here, and it compressed down the grass clippings and mostly the sticks underneath it, and we gained almost nothing in height putting that entire compost pile in here, maybe an inch or 2. But Sarah pointed out something to me this morning. So this thing's taller than I imagined it being in my head, and that's going to cause some issues reaching across it. I can still reach to the middle, but I can't reach any past the middle. So we put the trellis up, when we build the second bed and then put the trellis on between the 2 beds, that means it's gonna be really hard to reach out here. And more importantly, she pointed out, height. So put the tomato cage about where it'll be once this thing's full. Here's the top of the tomato cage. I can barely reach over it. I'd have to be on my tiptoes to reach some of the top of the tomato plants, and Sarah won't be able to reach them at all. So if I come through here, take and lower this thing down to this rib here, so we're going to go from about 38 inches down to about 30 inches. That means that'll put the top of the tomato cage about here, so it'll be really easy to take care of the tomatoes. We'll be able to reach further across the garden bed, and it'll require less fill. Now it is going to take quite a bit of work to lower this thing, so I thought about finish filling it up, and then after we build the next raised bed, then for next year's garden season, lower this side. That means I'll have to fill this, do all the work to fill this up, then all the work to empty this again. I think we're better off taking it partially apart and lowering it now. So I'm going to start by taking the sides off here, and then start tearing into this thing and get it to where I can cut the metal. Oh, before I stop the video, this is why the Bible says it's not good for men to be alone. I would have just dealt with the problem, but because I have Sarah and I have to think about Sarah and what her needs too, this will make it, me lowering this will make it better for her, but it'll also make it better for me. And Proverbs 31 talks about an ideal woman to marry, and I married a really great woman, and a lot of people say they have trouble finding a good spouse, a good wife to find, or a good husband to find. My uncle recently told me I was lucky because I found a good spouse. He had to go to Africa to find a good spouse. The reason I found a good spouse is because, unlike him, I made myself, I looked at what I wanted in a wife, and I'm like, am I the kind of person that a woman like that would want to be with for the rest of their life? And when the answer was no, I started making improvements on my life. I still am. I'm not just my gut and getting in better shape, but making improvements in all parts of my life to make me the kind of person a woman like Sarah wants to marry. And as Sarah sees me making improvements, that makes her want to make improvements and make her life better too. And again, not just physically, but most importantly, with our relationships to God. And I've heard it described this way, and I really like it. If you're down here and your spouse is here, or anybody else you want to have a good relationship with, but mostly your spouse, you could try to grow closer to each other. But if you put God at the top, and you both move towards God, you'll naturally get closer together. I love that analogy. So I should be working towards getting closer to God. Sarah should be working towards getting closer to God. And we should be working to getting closer together. I should be helping Sarah get closer to God. Sarah should be helping me get closer to God. And we'll be closer together and closer to God all at the same time. All the plastic's pulled away so I can get in there and make the cut. And before I do, I went and grabbed my safety glasses and my hearing protection. I don't always use them. Maybe I don't use them as much as I should. But I'm going to be in there grinding for a while. Good chance to get something in my eye. And loud noises for that long. I already have some hearing damage and some hearing loss. I want to minimize that. And I should start wearing these when I mow the yard. Instead of just turning my earbuds up louder, I should wear those instead. So that's a much better height. I can reach out. I can, with just a little bit of a lean, I can reach way more than halfway. And if we put the tomato cage, so it'll be about that deep. Here's the top. I can easily reach over it and get. That's the way to go. It would have been much better if I would have cut these on the ground before I got started, but you gotta learn. The next one I'll cut on the ground first. So let's swap out. Get rid of our cutting disc and put on a grinding disc. Flap sander probably wouldn't be a bad idea for this, but cutting it left pretty wicked sharp edge all the way around. So let's go through and remove that sharp edge. Remember, gotta protect my hearing. I gotta do a better job at that. So now that I got the metal all trimmed down, we gotta trim these boards down on the sides and these on the end. So the first thing I'm gonna do is do the side ones, and we're gonna need our speed square to mark those. So just take the square, put it on, and hold it the right way. Put it on the metal and mark underneath it. And we want to make sure we mark underneath it because that's the part that's level with the metal. Now we need to transfer that line around to this side. So put the speed square here, hold your pencil, come down there. I know most of you already know how to do this, but there's some people out there that this might be handy for them. And then we'll just grab the Sawzall and cut that one. And then I'll go around and cut all these. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what we're doing with these end ones, because they're a little bit different than the side ones. And I can't film right now because it's raining. I need to put the expensive microphones away. So the end boards here, they need to be a 2x4 width shorter. That way the cross member can go back across, all the way across the side here. So we'll just mark. I'll go back through, mark, and cut all these now. These I gotta be a little bit more careful cutting because there's nothing behind, or I can't get around it very well with the saw like I can the ones on the end because there's more metal behind them. Because of the weight of everything in the raised bed, this board on the end doesn't line up with the side anymore. So what I did is I loosened this screw here and one down there and put this ratchet strap between them. And then we can just ratchet that over until we get it where we want. And then now we can take this off, put these screws back in. I got it all put back together. Had a problem though, it was still bowing really bad on the sides, and we still got a foot of mulch, or compost and mulch to put in here to plant into. So that bowing's gonna cause a problem. So what I did is I put this board, and I'm gonna put this board across, even though I don't want boards in contact with the mulch and stuff like that, but I'll have to just replace them sooner. That's as they rot out, that's all there is to it. But in order to get rid of the bow, what I did is I pulled out 4 screws, 2 on each side of the boards, and these are screwed in right where the middle uprights are. Anyway, I pulled 4 screws, loosened them on this side and loosened them on that side, and then used 4 ratchet straps to squeeze the middle together. And I went ahead and drilled, because these 1x4s are so thin, I went ahead and drilled the holes for them. So all I gotta do is put these puppies in. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you go out, this inspires you to build a garden bed, to plant it out, to take better care of your family, to plant more, or to plant nutritious food to take care of your family. And even if you have problems, they're not you can't overcome the problems. You just gotta figure it out as you go. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but I just work my way through it and figure it out as I go. So I hope you check out the first video of me building this, and then I have another video where I fill it that's coming up next. All these will be linked in a playlist. And thanks for watching. God bless. Remember, we prepare today so we can prosper tomorrow.